Well, hello everyone. I did the 2 bucket challenge just the other day, so, well, you know what? I've got 3 more buckets right there that needs to be finished off. So let's see how much this one extra bucket has more than the other 2 buckets didn't. Well, here we go. 3 buckets set up. Bump at the standby. Let's go for it. I'll let you know how we go here in a little bit.
Like when the painter calls, run the sluice, watch it fall. Dig it up, break it down.
So, going through these buckets a decent amount at a time. You know, it's not. After this first bucket, I'll probably stop and classify it all. Fine gold drop all of it. But you never know that if there could be a possible nugget in one of these things. I mean, it is a corner-inch screen, and that's what my brother and I found was basically in this size of nuggets. So, just being very thorough and looking through it. You never know. Probably at the end, I got a big bucket that I've been keeping all the rocks. My sister wants to keep the rock for a garden. So I'm gonna run the metal detector over the whole bucket and just kind of lay it out, spread it out, make sure it's all cleaned up for her as well, wash down as well. And then run the metal detector over and see if there's anything in it just in case. I guess it's time to feed the sluice. You never know. A big old piece of clay. Gotta be. There. A piece of mica. Good. Like I said, I'm going to hit it with a metal detector just to be safe. Ooh, that was quite a bunch. Well, there's one whole bucket down. All the way gone. I'm going to let it clean out. Let it run for a little bit. Clean this one bucket. I'll stick it in a MIG pan. I'm going to run all 3 buckets before I actually do full breakdown. So that's how I'm going to handle this one today. Seems like the end of this mat didn't quite finish washing out all the way. Still a few rocks down here at the end. Better. Still a few that could have popped on out of there. Not too worried about the gold as it goes back up in the pockets, pretty much. So, okay, I'll let it drain for a few more minutes, and we'll throw this in our big pan. Okay. I should put a little bit of fresh water in this. Pretty cleaned up. Set that aside for a second. I'm getting any dirty water in my thing, even though it's already dirty. But I got more focus. I just know it's running to the side a little bit. There we go, now we're coming off even. So we'll set this aside. And that'll be our cons for our next run. Well, after 2 more buckets, I should say. Well, got the fire lit, staying nice and cozy. Man, one thing I have learned with this water, after you're recycling it, it sure does get dirty. And man, it looks like you're running mud almost, you know? And the water right there. But if you can see how there's like a fish scale pattern through the whole thing, this is the dream mat, so it gives you those ripples. So you can see like I said, it's like a fish scale pattern all the way through. Here's what happens. We're gonna load it up here. And you can see how the pattern disappears all the way through there. You know you got a lot of sand running on it at that moment. And when you know it's when it's cleared, it's when that fish scale pattern starts to come back. You can see it's like the last of the sand is running right through there right now. Getting ready to clean out. Looks like it's just about cleaned out. You know, you're cleaned out. You're ready for another scoop at that point. Fish scale pattern's gone. You can see it just kind of runs. You get worried of losing gold like that, but the way this mat works is amazing. It's made to do that. It really is. Because it collects in those little puddles, little bounds, and then fish scale pattern comes right on back, all the way down. Last of it's going out. You can tell that even in dirty water. We're getting down to the last bucket 2 here. Gotta watch those fish scales, I'm telling you. Water's so dirty. It's all the, it's because we didn't wash it. We just loaded up buckets when we left that site, so it became quite dirty. That's a fact. There's a little more in there than I thought. And then we'll use up all that rainwater that came in with the let it drip on out of there. Side of the bucket this way. Those fish scales come back. Look at all that black sand in there. Yeah, you're gonna say it's gonna break up the flow of the mat. Yeah, I'm not too worried about breaking up the flow of the mat doing this. Want every last speck of sand out of that bucket though. Okay. That be into bucket number 2. I'll let it run. Add this to the cons from bucket number 1. And get ready to start bucket number 3. I may have to change a little bit of this water. That way I just got a little bit cleaner water. This is mighty dirty.
Listen to the ground with a steady sound. Coil to the dirt where the clues are found. Beat cut sharp when the tongue gets loud.
Well, I'm about ready to start the 3rd bucket now. Did clean it up quite a bit. Got the bucket of material pretty much ready. The water's much cleaner. Still a little bit of residue from the last. That was in the bottom of the bucket. It didn't be fully clean, but will help the pump out. I'm gonna work on another system to make sure my water stays a little bit cleaner for the pump. I don't know if you can see, but it's like the fish scales I'm talking about. You see that now. You can see the ripples where each one of them is. So nice and clean, ready to go. I'll start up here in a few minutes. So if you like the content of our videos, whether we're, high banking here out there, doing a little bit of cleanup here at the house, whether it's one of our houses here or there or somewhere. If you like what you see, give us a like, maybe even subscribe to our channel. Let us know that, leave a comment, let us know how we're doing. If you see something that might help us out, or little ideas, I'm hoping to hear him. Find that gold. I'm bucket 3 here. Well, I'm getting down to the end of this 3rd bucket here. And the water's mighty dirty again. It's definitely some dirty water. But we're probably about, 6-7 scoops away. So we'll see how this goes.
Dig it up, break it down, from buried tones to the river's sound. Swing it, dig it, wash it out now.
Well, down to the last scoop here. Quite a bit in there, I didn't realize. Yeah, I better get out of the chair there. One more time, get all that black sand out of there. Oh, there's still some in there. And there we go. That is final bucket number 3. We'll see how it goes. Well, I threw some clean water over it and going through it, and well, what do you know? There's a 22 shell in there. And I can see a lot of buckshot in that one. But I did not see many gold flakes up on top. I did see one somewhere in there, but I'm not seeing it now. But I'm figuring, well, I can see gold inside of that pocket along with the lead in there. Couple interesting pieces. Well, let's get this mat cleaned out and get cleaned up for this part of it and get into working on those condoms. Well, I'm all set up. I got my magnet and the water there and my pan. Got my cons ready there to go. A little bit of extra water here if I need it. I'll get set up and start panning this down. I just mainly want to get the big rocks off of this, because this is too much to pan all at once for cons. I'm going to be breaking this down, so I just wanted to get some of this big stuff off of it real quick. Let's make sure we get everything down to the bottom there. Yeah, it's going to take a little while on that one. So we're getting down to the end here, but there's so much black sand. I just wanted to show you that the magnetite that's in this is just, I mean, you should feel the weight of this pan. Let's see here. Get one more rinse of the light stuff. I painted back earlier, and there was quite a bit in there, so just gotta get it at the right angle, I think. There you go. There's some flakes all the way up through there. Oh yeah, I can see it all through here as well. So now I got to break it down a little more, because some of this is just a little too much. I know it was peeking through. Sure looked good, whatever that was. All right, so I got it down a little bit more. I just wanted to show you the magnetite. That I pulled from it. I'll double check for, I mean, I doubled and triple checked for gold, but you know, I always check one more time. So. But I mean, just look how much that is. It's insane. Okay, this is where it's at in the pan now. I'm gonna take a break and eat some, and then I'll pan this all out and show you the gold in the end. Well, looks like we got, out of all that, out of 3 buckets, we got 0.3 of a gram. So that is really good if you can do 5 buckets and get a half gram.